So here we are back out in the woods again. I'm with Kendall, and he's brought me to a pretty secluded place out here in Vermont. You bring us to some pretty cool places. What do you think about this?
Awesome permission, scored by a friend of the family. She said that she thinks there's probably 5 or 6 sellers out here on this 400-acre tract of property. And they're old. They're not on my 1869 map, so they're old.
Seems like the further out into the wilderness we go, the more good stuff we find. Hopefully that's today. So just like that, we're back on the walk again in search of some good history. It's fall here in New England. The leaves are starting to change. The air has cooled down. The woods are starting to come alive with squirrels and birds getting ready for the winter. And hopefully they don't mind me and Kendall out here doing some digging for some history. Stay tuned, and when we get to the first spot, I'll give you guys a tour as always, and we'll get to some digging and hopefully bring you guys some good relics today. Morning fog is starting to lift off the old swamp out there, and as you can tell, Kendall once again delivers on his promise. This is a massive cellar hole, and thankfully it's nice and cool out here. Like I said, it's in the beginning stages of fall. We've already had a few frosts up here in the mountains. That means one thing, that snow is well on the way for this region, and we're not really looking forward to a lot of snow this year, but they're calling for a lot, and it might put an early end to our season out here digging. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get to the first relic, so stay tuned and let's see what the first hole produces for us today. So we haven't really moved too far from the cellar hole. I've come out to the old road. I had a mid-tone, and it was small. I couldn't really find it with the pinpointer until I moved some dirt around, but there's my first target of today. I think it's just a standard old flat button. It does have the shank on the back. As you can tell, it's bent right down, but let's see. I mean, you guys know how it can be when you find a decent relic on your first target with that jinx and all, and hopefully that's not what this is. So I'm going to put it away, quickly get right back at it, and I'll see you at the next target. So my second target of the day, the button that I popped out first was right over there, and I just popped out that little guy. It's a tiny old buckle, and you can see the 2 prongs there sticking out, pin in the middle, and of course it's all rusty, so it's pretty filled in there in the center, but you can actually see where the pin would go through. That's definitely a small buckle, and we're on some good relics already, so I'll get right back at it and see you at the next tone. There's a lot of stuff usually hanging around the cellar holes, most of which is junk, but every once in a while you get a decent tone just like this, and a nice old relic pops out. It's a nice flat button right there. There might be some writing around the inside there. I can't see anything right yet. I might take a toothbrush to it and see if it's anything significant, but probably not. Just a standard old flat button from back in the day, and not bad to be out here right next to this cellar hole and popping out relics. Buttons. That's all we're digging up here. And there's another one. I'll throw it in with the rest and get on to the next, probably button. Kendall's got some relics, don't you?
Yeah, a couple buttons, a couple spoon handles. Got a little itty bitty button.
Oh wow, man, you're cleaning right up.
This one I really like, the old nipple button.
Those are early.
Yeah, those are early.
That's pewter or no? Tomback maybe?
I don't know what it is. It kind of seems like pewter, but I don't know. The spoon handle's really cool as well.
Oh yeah.
That is pewter.
Man, I love how that design just pops out of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's definitely some early stuff here.
Absolutely. You putting on a clinic again here with your digging skills. Clearly, we haven't gotten any coins yet, but that doesn't mean there's none out here. This is where the majority of the relics are coming out this morning. Kendall got a few buttons down out back, but right out of this hole just popped that. The first thing I thought of was an old flintlock, and that would be part that would hold the flintstone in place and on the hammer. But it's definitely not. See how it's squared off right there, and right there, and there's only one solid hole on one side. It's actually part of an old drawer pull, so that would go in the drawer on one side, there'd be another on this side, and right in the middle, connecting in those two holes, would be the pull itself. It's a neat relic. It's old, and those are the things we're after today. So like I mentioned earlier, we're out on another adventure here in Vermont, and we've already passed a few cellar holes on the way up to this one. We're going to spend probably another 20-25 minutes around here. I mean, we are pulling up some relics, nothing too significant, some decent old relics, handful of buttons and whatnot, but we're going to give it a little bit longer, and then we'll probably shoot down to another cellar hole and test our luck there. So Kendall just stopped on by and handed me that. It's another drawer pull. I'm not going to dig in and grab to see if it's a match, but it's the same exact thing I dug over there by the cellar hole. Kendall's on another target. Might as well watch you dig it while we're right here.
Oh, dude.
Was that a coin?
I don't know.
That was
it was like
that wasn't an iron.
There was a high tone, but it was wicked grunty all around it.
Yeah.
That might be a coin in there. Did you
I should have just kept it going. Oh, where'd it go? I think it's a button. That's a big button. Wow, that's a big button.
Oops.
Please have like a big eagle or something. I thought it was a coin.
Just another blank flat button. That's why you dig them. It sounded like junk.
Yeah.
It was a high tone, but it was all grunty around the outside of it. I walked past it once. Man, imagine if that had been a coin.
If that would have been a coin, I think we would have stuck it out here, but
Yeesh.
I think it's time to get to the next spot.
Yeah, if we can ever get moving.
Well, we're at location number 2. What do you think, Kendall?
I think it's a cellar hole.
Definitely a cellar hole. A little bit thicker than the last spot we went to.
Yeah.
Nice old colonial cellar hole right there, all caving in, and you got the chimney mound right there. You got squares off over here. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it is a good drop. But we're going to be contending with this stuff, but it's all dying, so it's going to be manageable. We'll grab our detectors and we'll see you at the first target here. Well, the targets are slow here at the second site, but I want to give you guys just a little experience of what it's like to actually dig in the woods of Vermont at times. Not everything is clear, and you get into a lot of this undergrowth, and what you don't see is all of this that is brushing up against your face. There's spider webs, bugs, and all kinds of other creepy crawlies. So most of the time you'll see this kind of shot. A lot of times we're dealing with this, getting through all of this thick stuff and looking for land that is somewhat manageable to get your detector coil through. What are you thinking, Kendall?
I don't know, man.
I'm not finding anything.
Me neither.
I think it's time we boogie on out of this one and try the last one on the way out before the vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, it's noon, so got a good couple hours in.
Yeah, there's just, it's not worth it. I mean, when you get to a spot like this and it's, I mean, if we were digging up buttons or something, it might be worth it, but it's just too tough to swing in.
That's the big thing, right? Like, it's just so hard to even swing. So many down trees, so many ferns. Maybe come back in the early spring when the ferns are dead.
Yeah, after it snows and in the early spring, all of this stuff will be flat and it'll look completely different in here, which will be a lot easier to get the detector coiled down to the surface of the ground. And who knows, perhaps you'll see us back here at some point. But for now, we're gonna follow Kendall, hop back on the trail, and go that way. Well, we made it to spot number 3 and the last spot of the day, I think. The cellar hole is right up on that mound through those trees there. Kendall's around here investigating. What do you got?
Oh, I'm pretty certain this is a well underneath here. Be careful.
Oh yeah. Can you? Oh yeah, there's a hole. Let's see if I can get down there. Good thing people. Yeah, that drops pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know where those are because you don't want to fall into them out here. So we're gonna grab our stuff and get to swinging. That did not take long at all. See if I can find it again without the pinpointer. There it is. It's broken. Right there. Used and abused and left here to rot. We come along a couple 100 years later and dig it up. Not bad. Spot number 3 within a minute. Already paying off. Not really sure what I have here, but scratchy midtone, so I'll set the camera up and I'll let you guys watch. Well, hopefully that's not a sign of iron, but we'll find out. I don't think it was that far down either, so. Is that big iron? I think it is big iron. Let it be an oxen shoe. Nope. What in the world? Man, that's heavy iron for sure. I think it's a wagon step. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe not. What do you guys think? That's thick iron. It's broken right there. That does. It looks like a step to get onto a wagon. And I hear buzzing around me, so I'm gonna put this away real quick, and I really don't want to be messing with any bees, so we'll get on to the next. Bees, 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 bees. There's a bee's nest right in front of you. See my metal detector? Yeah. Oh yeah, I just dug a target. I was talking to the camera, I hear buzzing all around me. Next thing I know, I had 4 of them on me and one got me in the back. So I'm gonna let it die down there for a second. You finding anything over there? No. No? Well, be careful. So that's the second time, well actually the third time this year I've gotten into bees. There was another video. I see them, they're swarming my headphones and my metal detector right now, and I don't really feel like getting stung again. I got it right good in the back on the way out. You guys probably heard me running away, so it's gonna be a minute before I get into there. I'm gonna let them die down, and yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's the spirits of the forest or whoever's guarding this place, Kendall. You see them all over in there, buzzing away. They were all over on my headphones, and
I saw a couple.
So yeah, hazards of New England. You got to be careful. Good thing I'm not allergic. I don't think you're allergic to them, are you?
No.
No, that's good. So yeah, I'll let it die down a little bit and carry on once I get my detector back from the critters over there. All right, I'm going in. Let's see what it looks like here. I don't see him swarming my headphones. I do see him up on my coil. Yeah, they're little ground bees or whatever they are. They look like little honeybees, but they're tiny. So, yep, there's one coming at me right there. Let's do this one quick fluid motion. Boom, boom, and out of there. Let's get on out of there and find another piece of land to detect. Well, we're not finding a whole lot at spot number 3 besides a couple buttons. I think Kendall got a couple buttons too. I got that one when I first got up here, and haven't really dug much since, except for a big old nest of bees. That was cool. There's really no point of sticking around in a spot that A, has bees, and B, isn't, no pun intended, paying off. So I've worked well away from where all that ruckus happened. I've come up to a different little section here. It's kind of flat. There's some stonework, but there's really nothing coming out of the ground. So I think I'm going to start swinging my way back to Kendall, and I'll meet up with him. I haven't seen him in a few minutes, so he might be onto something down there. I don't know. I haven't heard him holler to me yet, but I think it's probably a good time to call it quits. Getting warmer out. It happens like that in the fall. It gets really cold in the morning, really warm in the afternoon. You always overdress in the fall for some reason, or at least I do. But yeah, I mean, today it saved me with the bees, because if I didn't have the sweatshirt on, I would have got it pretty good. So I'm going to head on down that way, and if I find anything along the way, I'll show you. I made it back down here to Kendall. He's on the target. What'd you just pop out of the ground?
Squeaker, man.
Nice saddle shield.
Yeah, just a little teeny tiny squeaker. I think that's about the end of the day for me too.
Yeah, I think the bees were about the end of the day for me, but get you going pretty good and takes all your energy out. We had a good day. I mean, it wasn't like the last time out, but we still found some cool relics. Why don't you say we give these guys a little wrap up of everything we found today, call it quits, and head on out of here.
Sounds like a plan, man.
So it wasn't a bad day, all in all. Another good adventure out here with Kendall. And why don't you guys take a look at what we found? Actually, I mean, it was a quick hunt out here today. 3 cellar holes, and it actually produced a little bit. So here we go. Kendall's just a button maniac out here in the woods. I mean, every time I turn around, he has a button. He's got that nice saddle shield the end of the day there. Got a couple spoons, one nice pewter spoon handle right there with some design. I got a few buttons myself. I got that buckle earlier on in the day, and the drawer pull, which Kendall also got too. So it wasn't really a bad day. 3 cellar holes, and I mean, the first one paid off the most, the second one not so much, and the third one, bees and a couple of buttons. Well, again, Kendall, it was another awesome day out here with you.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed it for sure. Not quite the same level of relics as last time, but we dug a bunch.
No, we dug a lot. We dug some things we didn't want to dig today. Bees. But all in all, it was a good day. So thank you guys for tuning in. We got more episodes coming in the future. I want to make sure that you guys stop on over to All Metal Militia. We have our TV show that has come out. We have the link out on our page right now. So in the description below this video, you'll find the link to our All Metal Militia page on Facebook. And what do you say? I think we got to get out of here.
Yeah, I got to go find my sunglasses I dropped.
Yeah, let's go find your sunglasses. And until next time, guys, happy hunting.